Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brian at WhisperStatus74. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the channel. If this is the first time you're seeing me, please consider liking and subscribing. We are real tech for real people. Today, you're going to see the LG CX 55-inch OLED versus the TCL Mini LED R635, also at 55 inches. It will appear smaller. It is a few inches behind on a table. I will have to do these upstairs side by side as I'm not worried about viewing angle. Well, as less viewing angle than I normally am. We're going to show you quickly the settings for the LG is Cinema. It is Cinema User. It is not the most vibrant of all the settings, but the key for Cinema User, for me anyway, in regards to the settings, is it does allow me to change the color temperature. Some of the presets actually take this one away. I'll show it to you here, which gets rid of the white balance, which isn't in all of the settings. So I will show you there that I can actually turn it into warm 3. Now, warm 3 is not my favorite, but it does keep it from being very blue on YouTube, because I've heard a ton of comments about, OLED blue. I'm going to show you that the other presets are actually punchier, but the ability to change that color is missing. So it changes in every other preset. You're not able to really change that white balance. You can see it's gone. So we will put it in Cinema Home, and color temperature does go to the other presets here. You can change it, but I'd rather just go warm 3. It might not be as vibrant on the OLED where I was, which was Cinema User, but it's more accurate. And for the purposes of the video, all dynamic contrast is off. Make sure it's off. There it is. Dynamic tone mapping is on. Super resolution, all the other settings for motion are off. And on the TCL, we are TV brightness, we are at normal. We do have the dark HDR mode on. I do like it on bright, but the idea is to make them look as similar as possible. So we actually do dark, and still getting the hang of the settings of the TCL. We'll show you the picture settings here. The remote is terrible. Contrast we are going to lower. Don't like contrast at 100. The contrast is also lower on the LG. Temperature is warm. Try to get that as quick. And all of the settings for clarity are also off. This is the Spears and Munsil demo disc. This is definitely not the end-all be-all comparison. It's something I want to give to you guys very, very quickly. So let's start the demo. Now again, this is just quick. It is in HDR. Give the camera a chance to focus. Which there it is. There'll be a little pause in between each scene. This will be presented to you in HDR. Tap the 3 buttons or dots in the corner on YouTube and you should be able to see it. Now both panels can look much brighter and much punchier, but we're trying to make things as accurate as we can for this very first comparison. We'll be alternating this with the X950H. We'll be doing gaming comparisons, but I thought you guys would like to see the black level of the Mini LED, which is very impressive, but you will see the differences when it's compared to an OLED. Many of you are probably tired of these comparisons. We will be doing content in between, but it is a treat to have all these panels next to each other. Again, keep in mind that the price difference is pretty big for 55-inch. I'm not sure what the CX's price is right now, but it's pretty expensive. And the TCL was only $680. Why you're seeing no editing or labeling of these TVs, as there is no editing because of it's in HDR. I need to keep it in HDR, but the top is the TCL, the bottom is the LG CX. I call it the CX. C10 is a rather bland name. But I think we can agree that it's pretty amazing how close the Mini LED is to the CX, which in my opinion is the most well-rounded display this year. Now, for many of you that echo Black Crush every other comment, it's not as visible as it is in camera, especially in scenes like this. The detail is there. The camera is trying to capture both. Getting them in frame is difficult. The colors are not going to match up perfectly. There is a vibrancy to the OLED, though it's not as bright. But that black level for the Mini LED is very impressive. So all the talk of blooming on it, and black bars and everything else, that's pretty amazing. Now, being here in person, there is a difference between the two black levels, especially if you push it up to bright, but we are in a pitch black room. We'll do setting videos also on alternating the different brightness of the Mini LED as well. But this is something quick I wanted to just show you guys, as I know you're waiting for a comparison with the CX. Again, special thank you to Stacy Spears and Munsil. Check the description for the disc and support their work. Calibration disc is pretty amazing. Now, I'd love to tell you that there is a vast difference in picture. They are pretty dang close. The vibrancy of the OLED, again, not being as bright, the contrast ratio is still higher. Let the camera normalize, because obviously there's no blooming on the OLED. There it is. Now, if you experience heavy blooming on the TCL, if you have purchased the display, that is a defective panel. I would just send it back. I have a very clean panel. I don't have any issues with blooming. I have nothing to gain by telling you it's amazing. I own these two displays. I don't sell them either. So all I want you guys to do is find the best display for you, and the TCL for me has been an excellent value. And it is going against, in my opinion, the top display this year. We'll do this again with them side by side or upstairs where I'm farther back, and we'll also call what I'd say juice the settings, which is enable, super resolution, dynamic contrast, things like that can punch up the image on both. I'll find a way to get Warm 3 working on the other presets. For the LG, the cinematic user is a little bit of a dumbed down, accurate preset. It's not as striking. The brightness indicator on the LED, or the brightness setting, can at times make the blacks look less black, so I don't want to put that against the OLED. I want to give you the best possible darkroom performance of it. This video will time out at about 11 minutes. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Again, the TCL is on top. The LG CX is on the bottom. They are the same size. The TCL is further back. You can see the difference in black level there, but still it is very close. Very, very impressive. We are also slightly to the middle of both displays, so the viewing angle isn't straight on either one, and it doesn't seem to matter. Keep in mind, this is also just the 6 series. This is not the upcoming 8 series, and that's pretty amazing in itself. It may cut me off, but I want to say thank you. I will see you in the comments. Please consider liking and subscribing. Take care. Unbelievable how close. All right, guys. Take care.